Hey guys, this is Pierce again, just showing you another quad video. This time I'm going to do my 4,000 hour review. No, it's not going to be that long, it's just that's how many hours this Honda has on it, approximately. It has, you know, anywhere from 4,000 to 5,000 hours on it, and I just want to go through the weaknesses of the Honda 250, TRX 250. It's actually a very good quad. It's has a manual shift, but you don't have to use a clutch. It has an optional clutch on it, so that's very cool. This quad has been used as a rental quad. That's why it has so many hours on it. So it's definitely been abused a lot. It's been crashed. It's been rolled. People have, you know, ridden around, hitting the rev limiter in first gear all the time. So this will definitely show you any weaknesses that the Honda has, but overall it's a very good quad. I would highly recommend getting one if you're interested in a 250cc quad. Alright, let's go to the first weakness. The first weakness that will probably happen even on newer Hondas, you don't have to go 4,000 hours to get these weaknesses, is this shifter lever right here. I know it's covered with mud, but right here where the shifter bolts on to the shaft here, these shifters will loosen up. There's a bolt right here. These shifters will loosen up, and then the shifter will get very loose, and then it will eventually strip out, and then you gotta, you know, if you turn it off while it's still in gear, then you're gonna have a very interesting time getting yourself out of the woods. So keep those bolts really tightened up. This is an aftermarket shifter. I don't recommend getting these because I think they're made out of a weaker steel, and I don't think that the cuts for the little ribs on the inside that slide over the shaft, don't think that they're cut very well. I'd highly recommend just, you know, sticking with the stock shifters. That's one problem, is those shifters will strip out. Another problem is the axle. This has happened ever since we started using these Hondas. You know, we put probably, I don't know, you know, 200 hours, and then we found this problem out, is that the ends of the axles where the rear hubs bolt onto, the axle will actually strip out on the hubs. So make sure you keep those hubs tightened up very good. We actually Loctite our hubs onto the axle. We Loctite not the threads, but right where you slide it onto. It helps a lot. It's happened on both sides. It's happened on the right side and on the left side, so that's something to definitely keep in mind. Another, I guess it's not necessarily a weakness, it's probably just a regular maintenance problem, is the throttle cables. The throttle cables, if they will get filled up with mud and dirt, and eventually they'll get very hard to use. Your thumb will be killing you after about 10 minutes. So one tip is you definitely want to keep this part right here very tightened, so that doesn't get loosened up and get more dirt in there. Also, you want to keep the top here where all these little screws right here and there too, you want to keep those tightened very well too. And also, this cable goes around and it goes actually under the plastic here, and then it sits right about here under the seat. I'm not going to take the seat off right now, but if you have one of these, you can take it off and you'll see where the throttle cable ends up. Make sure that that stays tightened too, because if you go through a lot of mud and those things loosen up, you'll get mud in there, and then these cables will just seize up on you. Let's see here. Besides that, they're a very good quad. We had to start rebuilding the engines this past year. They started to smoke a lot, but that gives you some confidence when it comes to reliability with Honda. You know, it took, you know, over 4,000 hours before these engines started smoking, and part of it is probably our fault for not giving them oil changes on a very regular basis. I mean, we change the oil all the time, but you know, we don't do it enough for how many hours these things have it on. So they probably would have even lasted another 1,000 hours. So if you have any questions about the Honda TRX 250s, just write a comment and I'll try to answer you. Like I said, great quad. Honda's a great company. They are pretty easy to work on. Just keep those things in mind. Like I was telling you, it just, for some reason, the axles seem to strip out and the shifters seem to strip out. So keep those in mind if you have one of these. And thanks for watching, guys.